I'm back in part 2. This time, Jeremy and I take on the Yakuza. I wish. That'd be some video. But anyways. So yeah, the next, I didn't expect this comics review to be two-parter, but it kind of is. The Fireball one was probably about 2 out of 3. The comic one about 4 out of 5. It was decent. Alright, Sergeant Boyle. When Sergeant Boyle and his psychic twerp are at a dance, trouble ensues when our hero accidentally ticks off a noble who is apparently duel happy. Apparently, it's revealed later, this guy's been dueling Greek soldiers specifically. And apparently he challenges these guys to the duel, forces them to fight it, and then he has their guns rigged so they can't get a good shot in. So in the ensuing chaos, he ends up killing these Greek soldiers. Apparently he's been, I guess, working for the bad guys, killing Greek soldiers. You find out he has a son. They go get him. Turns out it's not his son, but a little person. Pretends to be his son so this guy can escape. And then that's about it. Then we have Lee Sampson, the midshipman. This one's a pretty, there's a race. Stuff happens, and 2 of the other midshipmen get shanghaied at the lighthouse, so Lee Sampson and his friend have to go up and find them and end up catching spies. Like you do. And we have Lucky Larson, who is a pilot. He was a rival with a gal named Maxine, who's a female pilot, and his views are very of their time. I can't really call this. The story itself is entertaining, but the way he acts towards Maxine may have been good for the time, but today, I'm sorry, those views just don't make any sense. I give this a 1 out of 2. 1 out of 5. The story's good, but I don't like the way Lucky Larson acts towards Maxine. I just don't enjoy that. Okay, we have KO Ward for all you boxing fans out there. Okay, long story short, KO Ward has become the champion boxer. And he has won so many fights, nobody wants to box him, so he ends up taking on a wrestler. First he ends up being a guest referee for a wrestling match, and the wrestler attacks him to set up a match. We find out the reason why the wrestler did this later on. It turns out his wife is pregnant, and he was afraid he won't have the money to take care of him, her, and her new child. So he stages this fight for publicity so he'll get more money. Of course, after learning what happens, KO takes the fall, so to speak, switching from boxing to wrestling. And in the end, everybody's happy. It's one of those weird things. And we find the final story of this issue, Bentley of Scotland Yard. Okay, a gangster has inherited a fortune and has moved to the countryside in England, I think. And he's being messed by this ghost who wants his money. Eventually Bentley finds out who it is. But I'm not going to spoil that for you guys. If you want to read these issues, go to goldenagecomics.com. Look under the MLJ, and you'll find Pep Comics issue 14, I believe. Overall, the Bentley story I give about a 5 out of 5. Overall, what are my thoughts of these comics? I didn't expect this to be a 2-parter, but it is. I enjoyed it. I liked Pep Comics issue 14 with the rough and the smooth. If you guys haven't read any of the Pep comics, I think 14 is a good place to start. Though later on Archie himself would end up becoming part of this, but he doesn't exist at this time. There is another comic that's similar to Archie in Zip Comics with Wilbur, but let's talk about him the better. Alright, till next time, keep on reading comics.